But that's not all. We know that you have been asking for new heroes, villains, and planets from a certain era that features a very iconic Star Wars conflict. So I'm excited to confirm that Battlefront 2 this year will be going deep into the Clone Wars. So let's talk about the heroes and villains. First, let me introduce the most powerful droid, the leader of the most powerful droid army in the galaxy, General Grievous. And yes, he will be going up against my own personal favorite, Jedi Master Obi-Wan Kenobi. Finally making his debut in Battlefront after all these years. But we're not done, that's not it. They will not come alone. Joining them is the Dark Lord and leader of the Separatist Alliance, Count Dooku, as well as someone to bring balance to the Force, Obi-Wan's unruly Padawan, Anakin Skywalker. Thank you very much for playing the game, providing us with your feedback, talking to us. Together, we will make this the greatest game that we can possibly build. There would be no Battlefront without you. So thank you, may the Force be with you, and enjoy the rest of E3. Thanks.
Hello and welcome to Star Wars Battlefront. So let's just kick things off right away with our Clone Wars hero impression video. Back in June of 2018 we got what was probably, no which, is the best thing that could happen to Star Wars Battlefront. We got the announcement of actual Clone Wars content coming to the game, which the game did lack, very much so. It only had two prequel heroes. It had Darth Maul and Yoda, which, don't get me wrong, good characters, but not the ones that would pop into your head if you wanted to add Clone Wars heroes to the game. So, Dennis gave the amazing announcement on June 9th, 2018. We had to wait a couple of months, well, a few months before we got our first batch of Clone Wars content. In September we got the first clone skins, and that was a start. We really got a taste of the first hero in October when they released General Grievous. So, let's talk about General Grievous. General Grievous, when he was released in October, it was a big worry because he was extremely broken beyond belief. His two abilities, his Thrust Surge did not work at all. His Unrelenting Advance just refused to work as well. The only ability that done somewhat good damage and helped you when you're playing as Grievous was his runaway ability. I forgot what it was called. His crawling ability. That worked fairly alright, but it was the other two abilities. They weren't working. They were screwed. So we had to wait a month, and then DICE did fix him. They improved him in November, and he became a lot more playable. He became so much better than what he was when he was released. He came with two skins. Well, he had two skins when released. He had his default skin, and he had his damage skin. The damage skin was, it's not something I use, but then you got the Shattered Appearance, which came out in November, which is amazing. I use it most of the time. Grievous is a complete tank, and you can wreck with him pretty much anywhere and wreck anyone, providing you know how to play him, and that goes with all the heroes. He can take on pretty much anyone with careful planning because he can still be vulnerable when using certain abilities. The Unrelenting Advance ability is great for Galactic Assault if you're in a hallway and you're at one end and all these troopers are shooting at you. You could use the Unrelenting Advance and gain towards them and then attack. But if you use the Unrelenting Advance in open areas, you're pretty much making yourself an open target and people can shoot you from behind and just kill you. Well, he's a complete tank and a really good character to play as. You need to be careful when playing as him, especially on Galactic Assault and Heroes and Villains, I suppose. So be careful. Great character, just be careful with him. Moving on to my own personal favourite, same as Dennis, my personal favourite Star Wars character overall, Obi-Wan Kenobi, and he's my favourite in the game as well. Obi-Wan Kenobi, very good defensive character. He's what if you're a defensive player, Obi-Wan is your go-to hero. He's great with blaster fire. He can deflect so much. He's got amazing stamina, and he's good in lightsaber duels. I'm not going to deny that. In Heroes vs Villains, you need to be careful when you're going up against many villains. You know, you've got characters like Anakin now who can hold himself against all these other villains. Obi-Wan, you need to be a bit more careful because he's a bit more vulnerable, because if he gets attacked by all sorts of villains then you're pretty much going to be screwed. Even though he's got the great stamina that can deflect pretty much most things, you do need to be careful and you need to get yourself out of that situation if you find yourself in there, because if you're yourself and you've got 4 villains coming towards you, run, try and get to teammates because you won't hold off against all 4 of them. Love Obi-Wan, he's my favourite, I always play as him, great character. Moving on to Count Dooku. Count Dooku, right, okay, so great hero. There was a bit of issues with promoting him. We didn't really get our first look at Dooku until he was actually released. But despite that, he was the least buggy hero at it. Like, there was nothing wrong with him. I think the only issue that was wrong with him was his duelist ability, which reduced his speed when you sprinted or something like that. But he still had the same amount. He would still inflict the amount of damage required when using that ability. But he was so good, there was no complaints, very little. And yeah, he was just, all his abilities serve well for any mode. You've got his lightning, which we were all worried about would be a stun, like Lando's stun. Thank God it's not. It serves a great purpose, it just knocks him to the floor and it can one-shot troopers. Great ability. His duelist ability speeds up his attacks and can one-shot troopers. Great ability. And his exposed weakness ability is an alright ability as well. And he's amazing for lightsaber duels. Obviously, Count Dooku is known for his lightsaber combat, and he's well in the. If you go up against him, if you're fighting Dooku, you can beat him, but you need to be very careful and you need to think a lot before you attempt to attack him, because he is very good at countering attack, and he will get countering attacks. He is easy to kill you. He will kill you if you're not careful. Just be careful. Great character to play as, and you need to think real properly when going up against him. Anakin. Anakin just released. Absolute tank. He is exactly what the light side needed. Obviously, he had a bit of an issue when, well, he has still got issues, but when he was released, his heroic impact, which is pretty much everyone's go-to ability, that used to inflict 1000 damage. Now, while I do believe that Anakin needs to be unique, he is the chosen one, he is the one to bring balance to the Force, he can't be as OP as he was, because he could one-shot heroes with that heroic might. And don't get me wrong, it sounds cool and it looks cool and it is satisfying when it happened. Don't get me wrong, I used it in Galactic Assault and Heroes vs Villains and it was fun. But I will agree that the fact that they reduced it so that he cannot one-shot heroes anymore, probably for the best. He can still one-shot infantry, that's not an issue. If you're an infantry and then you're in his heroic impact radius, you're screwed. And it's a great ability. And obviously you've got things like his 4th ability, his retribution ability, which is fun. I don't tend to use it that much because I think it makes you a bit vulnerable. But it is a great ability, it looks cool. You've got his passionate strike, which can stop people from blocking with the lightsabers, which is a fantastic ability because the dueling at the moment is not the best. So he is exactly what the light side needed. I think the little reduction on his heroic impact was required. And he is still a tank, you can still wreck with him. He is an amazing character. All Clone Wars heroes, brilliant, love them all. My favourite is Obi-Wan. But I am not disappointed with the heroes. Yes, they're going to be improving them and so on as the weeks go on and the patches come in. But that's it for the Clone Wars heroes. That's what I think. I'm very happy with them all. Obi-Wan's my favourite. I love Grievous, I love Dooku, I love Anakin. You will always have fun with these characters no matter who you play. They are great characters. They made the perfect decision of adding them. It revitalised the game. It gave it life again. People are coming back. Even new players are coming to the game. Fantastic. It's what the game needed. And we're there. We're almost there. We've only got the new game mode left, and then that's it. That's up in the air in terms of what else we will be getting next. before I end this video, I want to talk about the fact that I have changed my channel name. It was originally called The Battlefront, but there already is a channel out there called The Battlefront, so I changed it to Star Wars Battlefront. As far as I've seen, no one else is using that. But yeah, hope you liked this video, hope you enjoyed. Subscribe if you're new and you want more Battlefront 2 related videos. I will certainly be doing them. Hope you enjoyed, and take care, and I will see you all in the next video.
Hello there. Hello there.